Everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Gabriel, and today we're going to do another twin flame energy reading. This is a timeless reading, even though we do these daily. This is meant to be anytime you find it, there is a message for you. If you've been watching these in sequence, maybe you're finding messages that resonate with you every day, or if you just find it, randomly. There's a message for you here, regardless of where you're at on your twin flame journey, whether you know them or you don't, DM, DF, there's something for you here. All right, so I've already shuffled and we're just going to go ahead and dive in. The deck that we're using for today is the Spirit Messages by John Holland. All right, and the first card for today is Find Your Center. Your outside world is a reflection and manifestation of what's going on inside you at this time. When the outside world becomes so hectic and stressful that your anxiety starts to overwhelm you, then this is an ideal moment to stop and ask, when was the last time I checked in with myself? Yeah, like this card, I really love this. It's like red, like although red is kind of root chakra-y, it's still kind of like find your center, kind of ground, find your balance here. And we just talked about this a few readings ago, about kind of finding that balance within yourself. But really finding that center is so important because if you're focused on the outside world, if you're focused on the upset and, is this real? What's going to happen? Am I going to, push my twin flame away? Is he ever going to come back? Is she ever going to come back? All these things. You're kind of giving your power away to the illusion, right? You're giving your power away to what's going on outside of you. And instead of doing that, you can, do the mirror exercise where you're upset. And also, make sure you check in with yourself. Like, how are you feeling? It's really important that you always maintain feeling your feelings. And that may not be supernatural to you, not supernatural, but may not be very natural to you as you move, as maybe you're moving from a place of being mostly numbed out. I know when I started this journey, I didn't realize how numbed out I was. And even now, I still find places in myself that I'm still kind of numbed out. And I think that's very normal for people. So if you're having that experience, don't feel upset, or you can feel upset if you feel upset, but don't worry that there's something wrong with you, because most of us are numbed out on some level to be on this planet, to be experiencing separation from God and from ourselves. We're numbed out to these places that feel bad, and you can only feel what you're ready to feel. But you do have to make the choice to feel your feelings. And so, check in with yourself. How am I feeling right now? Take that time, maybe give yourself time, a dedicated time to start feeling your feelings if you're not used to doing so and doing the mirror exercise. But that will help you really ground into peace rather than being swept away with the changing flow of the outer world and the upsets that come up. You won't be swept away by them. You'll be able to recognize what's happening and regulate and love yourself within. All right, next card is Caregiver. This is very much heart chakra centric. I just want to call that out. We're really talking about the heart. Like, I know they're using reds here for hearts, but it's really about heart healing this week. We are with you, and Spirit has its own way of recognizing the care and love you provide to others, especially at the end of their lives. Just as you receive care and love at the start of your life, caregivers also often focus their attention on their loved ones and often neglect their own concerns and well-being in the process. Yes. Again, like, we're really looking at the heart right now, but especially if you're someone who tends to put people before yourself, this is a time to really give yourself the love that you're needing, because if you are putting others before yourself, that's where you're actually creating a lot of problems for yourself in your life. That's where you might start to feel drained and resentful and like you never have time for yourself. It's really important that you fill your cup first before you help others. It's very important that you put yourself first because that is divine order. You have God, yourself, your twin flame, and then everyone else. And it always has to be in that order. And as Jeff and Shalia say, you'll find that, loving yourself and loving God and putting, your God first and putting yourself first are kind of almost interchangeable because what God wills for you is what you would have for yourself in terms of how you want to be taken care of and how you want to love yourself. It's so important to do that because if you're trying to give to somebody from an empty cup, you're taking from yourself and then you're also taking from them because energetically, you're not giving anything to them. It's kind of like you literally went to the cabinet, grabbed a cup, and you're like, "Here you go," and they're looking at there's no water in this cup, and now they have to go, figure out how to fill their cup with water, and they have to like take the extra steps to actually fulfill this need that was within them, and you don't have to fulfill anyone's needs. That's the important part, is that you aren't anyone else's source. If God is asking you to love people, that's not to be their source. That's God moving through you to help them. But if you aren't taking care of yourself, you're not going to be able to properly do that. So if you've been neglecting yourself, this is a sign that you need some self-care. All right. The next card is Soul Solitude. Yeah, this is very much go within, be with yourself, heart chakra stuff. This one is also kind of a window to your heart, right? Soul solitude. Your soul needs attention. There are moments when it's important to get away, not just from the noise of the outside world, but to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet. A place for soul solitude. This is a time to pause, a time to reflect, a time for you. Yeah, and I've been feeling this for myself too. Like, I've been trying to kind of give, right? I've been trying to like maintain the level of, maintain and like kind of transcend the level of things that I was doing after I moved. And it was brought to my attention that I wasn't honoring myself and where I was at right now. And so I was kind of like running on empty and I needed to spend time with myself. And I was kind of like, well, I've already spent so much time with myself. But really, it's not about the time, it's about the quality. And if you spend time with yourself and you're feeling guilty, or you numb out because you're on social media, or you fight against it, you're like, no, I should be doing all of these things, then you're not actually experiencing the rest that God is calling you to. And it's really clear from this reading, and I do these for myself too, guys. Like, I am in this just as much as you are. This is a time to really sit with yourself, reflect, meditation, mirror exercise, doing something that feels good for you. Maybe it's watching a movie, or playing a video game, something that really makes you feel really good. It feels like we've all been going through this really deep energy recently, and it's really time to rest up and replenish before the next level of work and healing. Yep. Cleanse. Yep. Your body, mind, and soul are urging you to take some time out for some much needed cleansing. Just as you wash your car, clean the house, or tidy your office, your body also needs care and attention. It's time for spiritual, emotional, and physical cleansing. And what I really love about this is like, she's just relaxing. Like, while you can cleanse with the mirror exercise and you can cleanse with meditation, and maybe that's where you're being called right now. It's also really important to reset by allowing yourself time to integrate and upheave and rest. Um, don't neglect that, because if you don't properly rest and you're thrust into the next level of challenges, your tank's going to be empty. You're not going to feel like you're ready to handle it. And sometimes you will be forced to rest if you don't rest. That's how people sometimes manifest these cold and ascension symptoms, is that they do a bunch of inner work, and then they have all this upheaval, and they refuse to rest. They got to do all this stuff, and then your body kind of like breaks down, and you suddenly get a really bad cold or the flu or something like that. Sometimes you are forced to rest if you don't make time for yourself. So it's really important to carve some time, even if you're busy right now. Carve some time out of your day to really rest and replenish and cleanse yourself. Yep, here we go. Self-love. The overall message of today's Twin Flame reading is self-love. Now is the time to love, nurture, and heal yourself. Self-love is not simply a state of mind about feeling good. It's a state of appreciation for yourself that grows and matures from actions you take to support your body, mind, and soul. Yeah, this is so important. A lot of us experience our twin flames not loving us, or being rude, or not wanting to be around us. And all of that points you to this self-love. If you are not giving yourself the love that you need, if you're not giving yourself the care and attention and friendship and connection, if you're not giving all these things that you desire to yourself first, you cannot expect your twin flame to give them to you, because they are a mirror of how you treat yourself. And I've said this so many times, but this is so important. This is fundamental to the understanding of how twin flames work. It's not like, oh, well, he was mean to me, or she was mean to me. Okay, but how do you treat yourself? They are a mirror. It's not personal. It's not, oh, they just decided to be mean, so I'm going to, block them. They are literally showing you how you treat yourself. And if you're sitting there thinking, well, I don't treat myself like that, well, you're experiencing this from your twin flame, your mirror. So there's only two possible explanations here. Are you upset? Well, then there's something that's being triggered here, right? So regardless of if they're your twin flame or not, there's something for you to heal. And if they treat you badly and you're not upset by it, then you can set a boundary. Or like maybe they're not your twin flame. And that's something that you have to be okay with either way, of, like, I'm going to treat myself well. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to be willing to be honest and give myself love, and not see what the mirror is showing me and just immediately write it off. If this person is triggering you, if this person or believe to be your twin flame is treating you in a way that they say they don't love you, like, that's directly pointing you to self-love. And this whole reading is kind of an indication that there's something more that you need right now. Maybe it's rest, maybe it's you time, maybe it's self-discovery time, maybe it's living your life purpose. Feel into that for you, but this really feels like healing your heart, healing yourself, giving yourself what you need, and really taking that time, being willing to kind of interrupt that pattern of taking from yourself and give back, and learn to do that regularly, so that you're always feeling good and you're in this cycle of giving and receiving. And then your twin flame will naturally just be attracted to you in that feeling and in that self-love that you're giving yourself. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you'd like your own personalized twin flame reading to understand what energy is going on in your twin flame union right now, the next steps you need to heal, or if you'd like some one-on-one personal support, I do offer coaching sessions as well. You can find those services at sacredtwinflameunion.com, and I will see you all in the next video.